You know, I still see a lot of people sky high about LOONA's Butterfly music video that showcased the title track of the XX album. That sky-high praise is rightfully earned because that MV boldly represented all sorts of women from across the world, from women of color to disabled women to Muslim women to albino women and more, and proudly declared them an integral part of LOONA. But what's got me screaming in a silent room here is that I have not seen even one other person bother to mention that Butterfly, as cool as it was also a disappointment. And a big one. So, since I'm a salt whore, I'm gonna do that. And the reason for my disappointment in this music video is because we were not given what we were promised. And what I'm talking about is any sort of expansion whatsoever to the lore of the Looniverse. Even this much wouldn't make me as angry as it does if it weren't a matter of being strung along towards a complete failure to address. You can call me a whiny fan all you like, but the fact of the matter is that LOONA is unlike any other K-pop group. Or any other artist period. They do everything that they do differently. And one of the biggest draws, probably the one that held the most of my interest in this group, was the world they were so proudly building. And we got nothing of that from Butterfly. Which is pretty fucking criminal since we got no less than 7 fucking teasers building up that music video, 5 of which were aimed at heightening this universe's lore. They didn't have to do that. They went to the trouble of shooting both music video content and teaser content in up to 5 different countries or more, but none of that actually went into delivering what was promised. From XX to X4X, there were 5 teasers that dangled hints of new information in front of us. XX told a story in reverse. X1X declared the importance of the butterfly and to go on with it. X2X sent Go On to Iceland and Hostel's shooting location. X3X sent Olivia Kay to Paris and put claw marks on her throat. X4X was even shoe dancing in Hong Kong. Those were promises and they've all been broken. None of them got any follow-up whatsoever. I feel lied to because I was lied to. Look, I get it. Butterfly wasn't really for me. You're hearing the voice of a white dude right now. But even then, you can have the good parts of Butterfly without completely throwing the people who wanted more under the bus. This could have been like Favorite, a lead single released ahead of the album to show off what LOONA's really about and really capable of. It should have been a lead single, but with it having absolutely nothing to do with the content that was teasing it. Kimlip said that the full group's debut would have the darkest concept yet. That turned out to be blatantly untrue, but I let it slide because by then we'd established that the initial debut was upbeat and bright, and then the repackage took a darker spin. My patience was not rewarded because we are now exiting the full group's repackage era and entering a new era, and there is no dark concept. In fact, there's no concept at all. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I just don't get it. Why build up all of that crazy content and dangle it in front of our faces so many times and get the fanbase going wild if you aren't going to capitalize on it? Hell, Daepak Jung hasn't even bothered making a theory video for Butterfly, and that's how you well and truly know it's devoid of content to do so with. I don't want this to turn out like EXO. I don't want LOONA to just forget it has a whole fictional story going on, and that's one of the biggest draws of the group. I feel cheated and lied to. I still love LOONA, and I still want them to succeed, but god damn it, I was expecting more. And I don't feel wrong for expecting more since that's what I was led to believe I was getting. And everyone believed we were getting something. The month that XX was teased, every 10 days, was the month when LOONA theorizing was at its absolute peak, because it was a promise of more to all the longtime fans who loved the story, and all the recent fans who were just getting into it after having joined the fandom after the full group debut. Both of these sets of orbers were then taught that LOONA fails to follow up and doesn't make good on its promises. I've been following this group since Cherry came out. Others have been following even longer. BBC has been diligently dropping little hints and ties and connections and telling a fairly cohesive, if mysterious, story for 2 freaking years now. I don't know why they suddenly decided to stop and just throw it all out. I tried to be patient. I tried to wait and maybe see if I were overreacting, and if there was another MV or an alternate MV that would come out. But still nothing. Last fucking time I ever stay up till 5 AM for LOONA. Why should I trust Burn when Butterfly left me hanging?